Yo, what is good, YouTube? Feels good to say that. I've not said that in a few days. So, if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss the videos at the 100,000 subscribe mark. I will be giving away something that is so damn cool, but I don't know if you can get a hold of one, but we're just going to have to see. So make sure to check us out on Instagram at Warstu, Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's get into this video. So Godzilla vs. Kong, the most anticipated movie of 2021. People are going to be like, but Spider-Man 3, nah. Kong, Godzilla, fighting to the death. That is more hype. There's more hype than seeing Spider-Man, have a generic movie. Is there? Yes, for sure. So there's massive controversy going on because of HBO Max, or HBO Max as some people like to say. So when is the trailer coming? From what I've been told, the trailer will be coming at the end of this month, between the 15th and the 30th of January, if Warner Bros. And Legendary can negotiate a deal because of what has happened. So if you don't know what's happened, let's bring you up to speed. So what happened is Warner Bros. Nah, not Warner Bros. Actually. HBO Max. Nah, not HBO Max. AT&T got really scared that their HBO Max streaming service was going nowhere. So they decided to put the whole 2021 slate, starting at 2020 technically, with Wonder Woman 1984, on HBO Max to get some subscription and get people on it. It did work, to be honest. It did work. Now, they reported that half of their US, because it's only available in America, subscription base watched Wonder Woman 1984 in the first 24 hours, which is a really good stat for any streaming service, getting 50% of your user base. It will be very good on a YouTube channel, on a Twitter feed, or TikTok or whatever. If half of your user subscription, I guess, sub count or follow count or whatever, watched your content, that would be great. Now, negotiations are currently going on because obviously Legendary funds 75% of the movie, Warner Bros puts in 25%, and Warner Bros is owned by AT&T, so they basically said, well, yo, we'll put it on HBO Max and we'll drop it in the cinema without your permission. And as you don't understand here, is Warner Bros don't make the movie, it's made by Legendary Pictures, but Warner Bros has the distribution rights. But legally, as far as I understand, here at the channel, they can't do that because they don't have the majority share in the movie. They have 25%, and obviously the other 75% for Legendary Pictures. Investors will not be happy with this. So initially what was going to happen was they wanted to put it on Netflix, and they wanted Netflix to give them over $200 million to put Godzilla vs. Kong on their stream platform. And what happened was Warner Bros. Blocked it, which annoyed them. So the 200 million plus movie was going to go on there, and they were also having problems with the Dune movie because obviously they want a theatrical release for that. So it looks like they're nearing a deal. Now, I only use reputable sources where in kind of videos like this but you've also, this is a trade website. This is coming from Deadline, the HollywoodReport.com trade websites, but you've got to be careful with certain trade websites because it's the author. Now, I always look specifically at who is the author because that is important, because some authors, not saying who, some authors have a bias towards an agenda, towards a certain studio, so you got to be careful. So it appears that Godzilla vs. Kong will be roaring for Warner Bros. After all, the studios is nearing a deal with Legendary Entertainment with respect to the release of Godzilla vs. Kong, sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. An agreement means the parties are close to averting a potential legal confrontation over Warner Media's surprise decision to put its entire 2021 slate on HBO Max streaming service on the same date that the film opens in theaters. Warner's unprecedented on the December 3rd announced caught all talent and filmmakers off guard. Warner is now engaged in negotiations with tons of partners seeking compensation for potential loss of profit of anticipation, which it's understandable, guys. It's not Netflix. So if it's on Netflix, they'd be like, cool, it's going to go viral, but it's not Netflix. So it looks like what's going to happen here, it doesn't actually say this, is potentially Warner Bros. Will be giving Legendary Pictures up to $200 million, and it will be releasing in other theaters, or the cinemas as we call it here in the UK. But it's not actually clear if it's going to be, released on HBO Max and releasing at the theaters on the same day. Now, what they should do is what they did with Wonder Woman 1984. They should give it a 2-week leeway to theaters, drop it in theaters first, 1-2 weeks early, then put it on HBO Max. Because even if you watch it at theaters and you've got HBO Max, I mean, anyone can get it, you'd still rewatch it, so to speak. So if this goes through like it is, there's multiple websites reporting this, but let's be fair, most of them are blog fan websites like crb.com and websites like that. We're talking about trade websites who have real connections. But like I say, guys, I'll give you some advice. be careful of the author on these trade websites, because that just doesn't make it like factual. So this is factual. This is actually happening. There are talks ongoing, which is fantastic, which means the trailer could, shoulda, woulda be coming sometime this month from what we are hearing, which is fantastic. And also the other news is negotiations are going on for the movie Dune, as Dune is a very cool movie. It's got obviously Zendaya, Jason Momoa, and Oscar Isaac, who is recently cast as Moon Knight for Marvel. Such big people. So a spokesperson for Legendary declined to comment on any of this information. According to a source, conversations regarding various theatricals window approaches are ongoing, and it remains unclear which options will be acceptable for the release of Dune. Another potential issue is it appears that Warner's may have been using Dune images to promote its streaming service without the approval. If Warner gives Dune an exclusive release, that could set a precedent, allowing others such as Matrix 4, etc. As talks continue, it's unclear whether Warner Media will be able to hold the line on day release strategy to build up their streaming service. So it looks like what the best case scenario here, in my opinion, would be obviously give them a bunch of money so they still work for you in the future, but also give them the 2-3 week leeway theatrically so it can make money. Because realistically, I mean, with what's going on in the world at the moment, there's vaccines and stuff, and they're going out. By the summertime, most of the cinemas should be up and running again anyway to full capacity. So it's just going to be so Netflix was obviously prepared to give up to $225 million, which is quite a lot of money. So I presume Warner Bros. Blocked the deal, so they're probably going to have to give them the same. The movie at the moment is keeping its May 21st release date, including its IMAX as well, HBO Max, Legendary, and obviously the movie will release in China. This isn't set in stone. This is just what's going on at the moment. So it appears Legendary could argue and challenge the Warner's decision that unilaterally putting the film on its own streaming service. Warner Bros. Was self-dealing, but Netflix November bid effectively set the price for Godzilla, sympathy, the negotiation. So essentially what is going on here, if I've confused you, I hope I haven't, is in order for this to work, Warner Bros. AT&T just needs to give Legendary Pictures at least $200 million and allow it to have like a release at theaters and also at the box office. Because let's be honest, even in this pandemic where in the UK now cinemas are closed, it has grossed Wonder Woman 1984 has grossed $130 million worldwide, which isn't that much to be honest, but that movie had a production cost of like $150 million. So it's not far off that, but it's interesting because we don't know if there is an arrangement of a certain, if any of the subscription goes back to the directors, the actors and stuff. Because what most people don't understand is actors get a set rate to appear in a movie, and then they also get like somewhere like between 3 to 7% of ticket sales. So that is why a lot of these actors were annoyed. Now, when it comes to Wonder Woman 1984, Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins, they still kind of they were basically paid a lot of money to obviously make them happy, because they weren't happy that it got released on HBO Max as well. So this is just an update video, guys, of when the HBO Max Godzilla vs. Kong movie will be coming. Still looks like it's coming May 21st, and also I still believe the trailer is coming out this month. I've spoke to my sources personally, and they say if this is going through like it looks like it's going through with Warner Media, AT&T giving Legendary Pictures a bunch of money, then it will get a release 2 weeks earlier at the cinema, and then obviously go to HBO Max as well. It looks like the trailer will be coming the last 2 weeks of January, which, as of time recording this video, it's actually coming up in like 5-6 days. So we're looking more like towards the end of January, but don't say this is set in stone, because in Hollywood, these trailers can drop whenever. So I won't keep doing trailer update videos unless I feel like we've got some information. But this is coming from a Hollywood trade website, which I do trust this website. Not going to say I respect it, but I trust it. So guys, if you could check us out on Twitter, Warstu G. We are so close to 2,000 followers, which is so small for a YouTube channel that's nearly got 100,000 subscribers. Also check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to work with me, or if your brand wants to reach out and work with me, or if you want to know what I look like. I do come on camera occasionally, but usually we're just a voiceover channel. And also we've got a Facebook page called Warstu, and a fan page on Facebook called DC Marvel Warstu. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Later.